Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Outside the Fire. I am your host, Krazee J. Another exciting guest who has received an invite to the ZestFest Chilli Pepper Eating contest sponsored by the League of Fire for America's Belt. They also call it the Red Bird. Like I said, I'm trying to navigate through the contestants once again. This competitor we've met before, so go back and check that out. Also on my YouTube, and I'm sure this person shared it all over their social media as well. But I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to say I was surprised, but I was definitely very encouraged by the fact that this competitor outlasted most of the other part of the table. And I think this person has a legitimate shot, even though there's twice as many competitors this time, and we don't know the pepper lineup. But please help me welcome once again from Guns and Reaper, Ruthie Booth. Hey. Welcome back. Welcome back. So thank you for joining me. Yes. Thanks for squeezing me in. I know we're on opposite sides of the coasts here, so
yeah. What is it? Is it 8 or 9 there for you right now?
9 p.m. here. Yep. Kicking off at 9. Yep. So
yeah.
So again, welcome. Happy to have you here, and you have received an invite to attend ZestFest because you're awesome.
Or something. Yeah. I'm excited.
We went from possibly last time, and maybe not. Maybe it helped you with a couple views, maybe not. We went from maybe possibly not knowing you a little bit to you're a potential belt winner because you did amazing in that last contest.
Thank you. I kind of shocked myself a little bit, to be honest, but
yeah, that was one of the questions I was going to ask you was how did I didn't really get to ask you in the after party because we kind of moved through things really quick, but how did you feel? Like you were like seeing people leave and it was like, you got the feeling of, yeah, these peppers aren't fun anymore, and but
yeah.
you're still sitting there until you could not handle it anymore. Like literally your body said that's enough.
Yeah, that's totally what I was trying to do, was just tough it out and go to the end, as best as I could. And well, I threw up all over my flag, so I guess that was the end of me. But yeah, the feeling of knowing it was just me and Jason up there was pretty incredible. Like, nervous. And I think your adrenaline, Jiff had said to, block out everybody. Your adrenaline will be going so much, just don't think about it. But, hard not to.
I'm sure. I
couldn't believe that I was up there, and I was like really scared of Jiff. Like I watched him train prior, and I just thought for sure. And when I seen him stand up, I was like, no way, like no way. And then so it was a really great feeling. I felt really blessed to come in second still, and I got a lot of messages and encouraging words and kudos, and people still will say it every now and again, so it hasn't been that long ago. So, but
you're right, but you were right there. And like I did a kind of like a viewing party with me with it live on my screen. I shared my screen with it, and I kind of gave comments, and I really, really thought you were there. I thought it was going to be you. And then when your body just said, that's enough. And then all that was left was one. And he was even shocked, so.
I remember catching a glimpse of Jason's face after I had thrown up, and he knew, well, he was the winner. His face was just, he made like this face like, oh my God, I'm the winner. And I mean, he killed it. There's, no question about it. My family still thought he was nuts. I was like, what's wrong with him? He's not showing any emotion at all. He's just like chilling there eating peppers. No big deal. I'm like,
some people have a different, it's crazy, how your body, your brain, everything reacts to it.
Yeah.
So speaking of preparation, and you said you saw Jiff go out and a lot of people were afraid of him. Sometimes the way you prep is different. The way sometimes the pod will affect you as opposed to eating something else spicy, or these tinctures that everybody does. you might be able to handle that, but a pod, that I've heard and discovered through doing these interviews that the real challenge is doing the challenges. Like you want to train for pods, you got to eat the peppers. You have to eat them.
Yeah. And I forgot to bring my box in here, but
I was getting ready to ask you if you had a chance to do that.
If you look at my personal Facebook page and my Instagram, I think it's on all my pages. But I didn't think I was going to have any peppers. And now if you go look at my posting from a few days ago, I have like probably close to 5 pounds of peppers from Heath Thompson, Willie One Sauce, and Silver Creek Pepper Company. Yeah.
And these are, of course, super hot. So, there's no.
Oh my gosh! But the obscene amount of peppers that I have right now is just godly. Like, I mean, so yeah, I'm not hurting for training with peppers. So I am happy about that. And I'll have so many leftovers. I can do cowboy candy, hot sauce, powders. I can do all kinds of stuff. So that's cool too.
Like hey, for work this year, of course. Beth, from the Fergali family, Miss Scoville unit.
Yeah.
So I got a question for you. This might be unique to you. Do you know there's actually a book, a little small book that's called Ruthie Booth? Did you know that?
No.
Do you want to know? Yes. So it's by Karen Burry. All right. It's an illustrated book. It is a $15 paperback book, according to this website I'm on. Ironically, we're doing this interview on a Saturday, right?
Yeah.
The description of this story is, for a kid, Saturdays are the best day of the week.
Yes.
for Ruthie Booth, Saturday means a day filled with adventure.
Oh my goodness. Oh, that's hilarious. That's awesome. I'm buying this book.
Join Ruthie as she plays with her best friend, journeys through her secret fort, and makes a huge splash. It's an honest storytelling and nostalgic illustrations make Ruthie Booth a fun story for the whole family.
Oh, how cool.
It says along the way.
Did you find that?
I literally was looking up pictures because for the pictures, and I sometimes go onto the actual internet because sometimes you can get random pictures off of there. And this came up. It says along the way, Ruthie learns lessons about love, compassion, and forgiveness. So yeah, it's interesting, I guess.
That is so cool. I will buy it just because that's the name. Like, that's so cool.
Yes, I thought it was very, very cool, and I thought I would share that little bit of information with you. So there you have it.
You'll have to send me that link. I will buy the book for sure.
Yeah, I thought it was too fitting. Here we are on a Saturday night, and this description, I was like, man, I got to share this.
That's cool. Thank you.
Sure. So speaking of, like I said, the prep, you said you're doing the pods and the pepper. When we say pods, can you describe that for somebody who may not know what I'm saying why I call them pods as opposed to peppers?
Pods or pepper, like the same freaking thing, right? Like, I don't know.
They are, but some people might not understand why we refer to them as pods, like how a pepper is actually a pod of seeds, So just kind of talk about that a little bit, and like the oils and the heat is all inside of the pepper, and that kind of stuff like that.
Right.
But yeah, so 5 pounds of peppers. That's a lot. I got a big, large box sent to me as well.
Heath sent me a ginormous, it's a medium-sized box, a medium flat box, but it was jam-packed full of crematalis. Yeah. So I got those. And then Willie One Sauce sent a large box with his sauces and a small box inside the large box. The small box is jam-packed full of Reapers, and then there's the Apocalypse pods all around it. So, and then Silver Creek, they sent me this small little box, but it has quite a few peppers in it. Very unique, very beautiful looking peppers, different colors and stripes and shapes, and they're just really cool with some unique names. And it was a really nice presentation. I really, really liked that box. But yeah, hot. Very hot.
So,
and found that I did a Reaper one night, and then I did a Primo the next, and I found that like I like the Reaper. I initially really like the Reaper until
Yeah.
you don't. Then
Yeah.
it shifts and it creeps up and it bites you, and you're like, it's got a little bit of that bitterness, and it's just not very good. But the
Mhm.
beginning of it is kind of sweet, and I mean, I really like the Reaper.
Yes.
The Primo pepper, like at least for me, like right from the get-go, it wasn't a flavorful pepper at all. It was
Mhm.
bitter, and it got me good. Like it was super hot. Like it didn't affect my stomach,
Yeah.
so that I was thankful for that. But the all over mouth burn and just the bitterness and the right up in your face straight away.
Mhm.
The Primo was worse for me than the Reaper pepper,
Yeah.
but I got a lot.
Lots of practice coming up, right?
Lots, yeah.
So
The trying thing right now for me is, I've been working an office job
yeah.
during the week, and then I'm also running Superior Storage, and
Mhm.
so my day can be pretty consumed, and I can't literally be at work in the office munching on a Reaper pepper and then
Yeah.
still expect to get things done. I got
Right.
to be bit more smart during the day and save it for the evening time. So
Mhm.
most of my training is in the evening, after dinner.
In
you
this
know,
yeah, in this training, is this something like multiple peppers occasionally, or are we just kinda sticking to a few here and there, or how's that working?
I don't know who it was. I think it was Heath said, eat 10 of those suckers a day, the Primos, and you'll be ready. And I'm
Okay.
like, yeah, no joke, right? But no, it's been, two, maybe three,
Yeah. I mean,
after
that's a
dinner.
good bit. Like I said,
The
you're
weekend time is a little bit more
mhm,
I can go crazy and eat some more. I just got them this last Wednesday, so I haven't had them for very long, but
right. So, since your last competition, has there been any challenges we've competed in or done, League of Fire type stuff or just for fun or anything like that? Has there been anything that you've
I did
experienced?
a Pocky Chip challenge.
Okay.
I had 15 of them laid out on the table, the 2021s and the 2022s, so turn
Mhm.
your tongue blue. I had my nephew with me. The goal was to eat 14 because my nephew wanted to try one, and he did, and he successfully ate a blue one. But I could hear him in the bathroom throwing up, and it was awful. And I'm like, the chips didn't taste good, along with
Yeah.
him throwing up in the bathroom. I was just like, oh, I can't finish. I can't do this. So I only did 5. So it was a little bit of a disappointment with that, but it was still fun. But that was the last challenge, and I still have a bunch left. So I'll do
Which
that.
one of the 2021 or 2022 do you think is hotter?
I didn't do the blue one yet,
Oh, you
but
didn't do the okay, yeah.
no, I looked at them though. They're exactly the same, just
That's what they say.
they're
I've heard that they don't taste as hot though for some reason. I don't know. I haven't tried yet either, but I do have one. So,
yeah. Yeah, I'll find out. I'm gonna do them. I just, I gotta plan for it a little bit. It's not always an easy task, but
yes, for sure.
everyone
And
that a lot of the people that I've talked to personally, they've said that the dye was a little bit overwhelming and that it was just really nasty
yeah,
uh, and hotter. But I'm like, well, how can it be hotter if they're exactly the same other than the dye? So I'm not really
yeah.
getting that part.
And
But
I think it is a mental thing. You know what I mean? I think there's a
yeah,
lot of the mental thing with it. The packaging, the blue dye. I think there's a lot of it that goes into the mental aspect of it.
mm, yeah.
Um,
But outside
yeah.
of that,
So,
like, I haven't done an extreme challenge in a little bit. Like the Pocky
yeah.
was the last one, so I'm kind of failing in that department right now. I
Yeah,
got
I haven't.
I've got the chocolate feeding America, that chocolate of doom
Yeah.
challenge. I have another uh, Death Nut 3.0 to do. I have a Trouble Bubble to do. But I was
Ooh,
sitting on that one for a while, and I felt it through the package, and it's like feels hard as a rock. So I'm not.
it is.
Is
Yeah.
it like that?
So at first, if you've ever had the old double bubbles or whatever they were called,
Yeah.
where it is a little bit at first and then it kind of softens up, it's very
Okay.
much like that. And then it gets very, very, very soft. And then a lot of saliva will build up, which obviously you're not supposed to spit or drool the
Right.
saliva while you're blowing the bubble, So,
Yeah.
um, yeah, and I'll tell you, surprisingly, because I guess because you're swallowing that saliva and you don't realize it, the heat is kind of at the back end of it, usually afterwards, in my opinion. And then the cramps actually got me afterwards. It was
Right.
crazy.
Yeah. Well, so I
So
got that one.
there,
uh,
there is a challenge I actually remember that you just recently, well, kind of recently did, and you were hand selected to do a Black Mamba
oh, my
challenge.
Black Mamba. How did I forget the Black Mamba? What the heck? You'd
Yeah,
think that would have been like right there on the tip of my tongue, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
and yeah. So let's talk about that just a little bit because I think you're the only one that I've interviewed so far to this point. Well, Chris did it on his own. For golly, he did it on his own, but you
Yeah.
did it, yeah, with the voting thing. So talk about that a little bit, if you don't mind.
Yeah, no problem. So yeah, that was super cool. I was super excited when Vic had asked me to do it at all to begin with, texting me the way that he did, because it wasn't like etched in stone, I guess, that it was going to be happening right
Right.
at that moment. He was just kind of testing the ground. So he's like, hypothetically, if we maybe did a contest and there was maybe, let's say, some judges and maybe
Yeah.
we wanted you to promote our sauce, would you think about doing that? And I'm like, yeah. So I was pretty flattered and happy. I think Vic's awesome. I can't wait to meet him. I'll get to meet him in Dallas, so that's super cool. But I was super stoked to do it. Just like our computer and stuff was down, so it was just like the normal: use your cell phone, take the
Sure.
video.
Take the video and go to work. Yeah.
So it wasn't like top quality editing or anything like that. Um, I did do a giveaway, and I think people appreciated that, so that was
Sure.
cool.
Sure.
It was super hot. It didn't taste as awful as I think maybe I made it sound, but it was definitely a flamethrower. It was hot. It was super hot. But yeah, that was an experience, and I wanted to add some flair, so I had my little wig, which on film you probably couldn't even tell, but it was supposed to have been like a Medusa wig with a Medusa crown of snakes
Oh,
and
okay. Okay.
so
Yeah.
that's what I was trying to go for, just to make the video a little bit more fun. But
Sure.
yeah, it was a hot one, definitely a hot one. I'm like, I don't know. I thought me and Vic were friends. I don't know.
Yeah. They say keep your friends close and your enemies closer. So I don't know if you feel any closer after
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
it was a good experience though, and I loved watching everybody's videos. That
Yeah.
was super.
Everybody did a good job with those. And I
That was
thought,
my highest viewed video ever on YouTube. Like it's not like I have like a crap ton of videos on there compared to some people. They post like two times a day, 3 times a day.
yeah,
People post like often, and I know I need
right.
to get on the ball with that. It's just difficult sometimes to
Sure.
produce so much stuff, and not always necessarily affordable either. So that's why I do a lot of the reviews.
Right. Yeah. See,
Um, but
again,
that Black Mamba got 846 views so far the last time I looked, and like that's probably nothing compared to some people. But for me, I'm like 846 views.
yeah, I would definitely be happy with that for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exciting. So I don't know if we asked you last time, but we're gonna ask you this time, other than the spicy eating and the stuff like that. Do you have any special talents that maybe people might not know about, or even useless knowledge, or knowledge, non uncommon knowledge? Let's call it that. I don't want to call it useless, but
No,
that you
I
would
would say probably nothing uncommon, useless knowledge. I don't have any of that. My husband would be the one for that. I have a shirt that says, I don't need Google. I just ask my husband, because like he knows some of the most off the wall things.
nice.
So that's not me, but I don't know, talent. I don't know for necessarily a talent, but like I'm pretty good at home interior
Okay.
decorating. So that's something I like to do.
Hey, that's
Uh,
that's not bad. I mean, like I said, some people, have
that's not like nothing out of the ordinary, I guess. It's like probably a pretty common thing for a lot of women to say they're into or
yeah,
do,
but it
but
might not be. You know
I
what I
really
mean?
get into that. Yeah.
Yeah, very cool. Very cool. Very interesting. Um,
And I do canning. I do, do the gardening and stuff. And I make my own cowboy candy and my own
right.
jams. I used to
Sure.
have a small canning company when I lived in Oklahoma. it wasn't licensed. It was a word of mouth kind of thing,
Mhm.
family, friends, the high
Right.
school, my kids and whatnot. But I sold and I didn't do too shabby actually. So
Nice.
I enjoy doing that.
Very cool. Very cool. I appreciate that. So just real quick, this would be a chance and an opportunity that I'm gonna give you, like we did last time. Where can we see more of you? Where can we find more of Ruthie Reaper Booth on social media or anywhere?
Okay, on my personal Facebook page, Ruthie Booth, and then I also have a Guns and Reapers YouTube page, a Guns and Reapers Facebook page, and Instagram page as well. I go by Ruthie Reaper Booth on my Instagram page,
Okay.
so you can find me in all those places.
Nice.
And you can find me in Dallas, Texas on October 1st.
That's right. That's right. Very cool.
Yeah.
So speaking of Dallas, ZestFest, October is coming quick. It's closer than we think, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And there are twice as many competitors this time.
Stressing. Yeah.
There are a few well-known heavy hitters going to be at the table.
Yeah, like, dude.
Yeah. No pressure.
No, right? Piece of freaking cake. I totally got this. They can might as well just stay home, right? Yeah. No.
So
I know.
on top of that, you've already mentioned two people in this interview. You mentioned Jiff and you mentioned Vic.
Yeah.
There's another person,
I know.
and they're all going to be judges.
Oh
Johnny
my God,
Scoville. Well, how's that make you
man.
feel?
If I thought my adrenaline was through the roof in San Diego, I think it's just gonna be like it's gone. Like I'm so excited to, obviously I've met Jeff already. Can't wait to see Jeff again. I got to see him in Portland too, so that's awesome. But
Yes.
always look forward to seeing him. But Vic has been so supportive of me for such a long time. I can't wait to squeeze his neck. I mean, give him a hug, nice.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
give him a couple of jabs for that
That's
black
right.
mama. But hey, and Johnny Scoville, like, come on, like,
Yeah, that's a big deal for sure. Yeah.
yeah, so stoked. I mean, I already got pictures with the UK Chili Queen. Now I'm gonna have pictures with them as well, and
Yes.
some of the other, just all the competitors that are gonna be there. I'm totally stoked. Yeah, that's pretty ginormous. So,
Yeah.
and yeah, no pressure. They're all just gonna be on the stage, standing around,
Standing
watching
there
our
staring
videos,
at you as you eat and
making
chew up
sure
these
we're doing it
peppers.
correctly and following the rules, and yeah,
Yeah.
stress.
Watching you chew up a pepper properly. Come on now. Yeah. So I'm still convinced that they chose those three because they have very similar facial hair features.
That's been what everyone's saying, yeah.
So that's my thing. So you mentioned something just before we came on that you have just to kind of show off your talents a little bit. You have a little bit of a challenge, kind of like you kicked us off last time doing challenges.
Yeah, well, and
Um,
two reasons why I wanted to do this.
Sure.
One, Jeff had mentioned in our little ZestFest group chat that out of the competitors, unless I've missed something, so far nobody's done a challenge.
Not a
And
challenge. Nope.
I know that everybody's, if this would have been done, interview would have been done for me on a weekday, then I probably wouldn't be doing it either.
Right.
But I was like, man, I told my husband I really need to do a challenge during the interview because Jeff's like calling us out saying nobody's doing a challenge. So I wanted to do a challenge. So that reason. And then secondly, Dave Strom, I don't know if I'm saying his name correctly, from Grown at Home in West Virginia. He had recently, it may put you in hyper mode at work.
That was when you were talking about eating the peppers at work while you were at work.
Oh, okay. I'm like,
So
what?
he is or was here at least. So
Yeah, he's following you now, by the way. Yeah, he knows
awesome.
that I was going to do it tonight. I shared with him.
So I appreciate you for that one.
Yeah. So I'll just tell you real quick. I got it in front of me here.
Okay,
He
and this is
probably
called the Grown at Home Challenge.
Grown at Home 2022 challenge. Yeah, it's called
Okay.
the GH 2022.
Excellent.
So can you see this plate? Can you see that?
Give me 1 second. I might be able to adjust this a little. There we
There
go.
we go. Cool.
Yes.
All right. So this is Brewery City Pizza. You could get as big a piece of pizza as you wanted. And then it comes with this powder. This is a 1/2 ounce of his pepper powder. And you have to put it all on your pizza. So I got permission because I thought oh, great. Let's see, I should have brought a knife. Oh, I do have a knife. You have to sprinkle all this powder on this pizza and then eat it in 3 minutes. You have 3 minutes to finish it. If you finish it sooner, then cool. But then you have to wait 2 minutes. And then after the 2 minutes is up, you have to eat this gnarly pepper.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that bad boy.
Whoops.
Nope.
Yeah,
Can you see it?
Look at that thing.
Yeah. So
That's
then
crazy.
I gotta eat this pepper and then wait 3 minutes and then I'm good. As long as no drinking, no throwing up, but common rules.
Yeah. So you have up to 3 minutes to finish that slice of pizza with the powder mix that you're making.
Yes.
And then once
Yes.
once you eat the pizza, we have a 2-minute burn time.
Yes.
And then you eat the pepper after that, and you have 3-minute burn time after that.
Correct. Yep. And he grows all his own peppers, makes his own powders. He's like really popular in the chili community with all of the goods that he sells, all the different kinds of powders. You can check him out. Let's see.
So before we get started, since you are plugging for him, where can we find him again?
Grown at Home in West Virginia. He's on YouTube and on Facebook. And it's Dave Schramm, SCHRAMM, if I'm spelling that right. Dave Schramm. Grown at Home in West Virginia.com. Found on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. So he was pretty stoked that I was going to be doing this today. He only chose 4 people. I know who one of the others are already, but I don't know who 2 are. So he said he had asked 2 YouTubers previously, and he was waiting for an answer. And then he asked me and another person. So I said yes. So the permission that I got was, this is a lot of powder to put on this flimsy little piece of pizza, right? And I felt like I would either sneeze, blow it off, drop a lot of it. So I asked him if I got some extra sauce, some pizza sauce, could I pour it in there? And he said yes. So
sure,
all of that goes in there.
Ooh, 1/2 ounce, you said, right?
Yeah. Whoops.
Nice.
Pretty
Look
crazy.
at all that. Oof.
I got a spoon. Oh, I can smell it. But I thought mixing it up in the sauce would be better. I don't know. We will see. Maybe there's no better way. I don't know. But that was what I was thinking, that it might be easier and stay put on my slice of pizza.
Yeah, look, your sauce is now a paste.
Yeah, I'm noticing that. Well, I had more sauce in here, and I went and pawned it off on my husband because I was like, okay, well, that's too much sauce.
Yeah,
It's gonna drip all over. So I don't know if this was a good idea.
I can literally hear this man laughing from the other side of the screen.
Okay, so maybe it wasn't my best idea. Maybe I should have stuck with powder. Oh well, whatever. It is what it is.
Well, I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening after this.
Yeah, me too. If I don't make it to the pepper, I don't make it to the pepper. I guess I should say my thank yous right now, because if I throw up and I hurl and I bail out on you, then I deeply apologize.
Yeah, and if we get to that point, just let me know. We'll cut you out. We don't have to do anything crazy with it. We're pretty good at keeping on pace with that.
Right.
I've had to run off screen a few times. Luckily, I have my wife that sits here next to me sometimes, even if she is off screen. So.
Oh my hand, this was not a good idea on my part. This made it worse. I swear this is going to make it worse. I should have just poured the powder on it like a normal person. No, I thought this would be a good idea. Oh well.
It sounds like a great idea if you ask me, as long as you're the one doing it.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm the whole instant regret videos you always watch. That's totally what I'm feeling. Okay.
All
right. So thank you for the timer. So as soon as I'm done eating this, then just click that on, and
Yep.
we'll go from there.
Well, we'll give you have 3 minutes to eat the slice of pizza, right? And then the burn.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah.
Did I say that right? Let
Yeah,
me
and then
read.
the burn is 2 minutes. So we'll go from there.
Okay. Yeah. Gotcha.
Okay, fair enough.
So
So
I'm nervous, so you know my directions better than I do.
yeah, well, luckily you sent them to me, and that's why we do that. That's why we contact each other ahead of time, folks.
Right.
All right, whenever you take
All
that
right.
first bite,
Here we go.
good luck. That smells like a lot of powder to me. Mm. So while she's doing this in her zone, this is good prep, dealing with the burn, the concentration she'll be putting herself through just like she would in the competition. A lot of heavy hitters coming up. There's 14 competitors this time. Yeah, probably could take all of it. Be all right, though. Time only goes fast whenever you're not paying any attention to it. It goes really slow when you're burning, right? Everybody knows that. But here's the thing. Even if she doesn't make the time, I know she'll push herself through it to actually complete the challenge. We don't. So again, growing at home in West Virginia, we appreciate you for this challenge and allowing us to host it on here. And I appreciate everybody watching as always. I appreciate everybody. Thank you for the time. I always thank everybody for the interviews. So thank you, Ruthie, for that. About halfway done the pizza with half the time left. She's doing all right. If they were me, I would have ate that pizza backwards. Just my opinion. Work your way towards the skinnier part. Just me. Still all powdered and gummed up, even with the extra sauce. So I could only imagine. Tears are coming already.
It's hot.
Mm-hmm. Don't panic. Don't panic. Can tell the heat's there for sure. Yeah, that's all right. She did a great job.
It's too bushy.
Mm-hmm. So that's the end of the 3-minute time period. So up to you whether you want to keep pushing through. All right, fair enough.
I'm sorry, David. That was a bad idea.
It's tough. It wasn't easy. I mean, when you're under a time limit, see, I always think that was the anxiety for me too, is the anxiety of having to finish something in an amount of time.
Yeah. I didn't even have that much left, but
yeah,
I knew I was gonna throw up. I didn't, but I sure felt like it.
It's all good. It's all part of the game sometimes. Like I said, a lot of people don't realize what happens off the screen, or even, more people are starting to learn about it as the chili community grows. But I definitely appreciate your attempt at that. I think it's, very fitting that you were selected out of 4 people. So
yeah, that's super cool. I really did appreciate that. I'm really upset that I didn't finish it, but hey, whatever.
Yeah. Like I said, better you than me right now, because I don't know how well I'd do either. Honestly, it's been so long.
That was thick.
Yeah, it looked like it. I don't know. Maybe if
All right. Well, I think I'm ready to wrap it up, my friend.
Fair enough. I appreciate you. So thank you very much for your interview.
Thank
I'll
you.
see you again. All right, there you go. So yeah, I cut that out just in case, so we didn't have any crazy embarrassing moments for her. Um, she did a great job in that. She's a person of strong will, and she'll push herself through and challenge herself in the contest. Um, ooh, I don't know though, a half ounce of it. But yeah, so I appreciate you all for watching, and I know Ruthie is a great competitor, so don't sleep on Ruthie. She's a great competitor, and like I said, she finished second place last time and pushed her body to the limit, just as she does in most of her challenges. So I appreciate you watching. I'm Krazee J. I like to do things the crazy way. Uh, Stay crazy, my friends, and I will see you soon.